Hello everyone, welcome to Software Design with Tuhin. This is fourth episode of Google ADK series, and today we'll be discussing integrating tools in ADK. So this is part 4 of this series. Now in this episode, we'll be discussing what are the different types of tools supported in ADK and what are the purpose of using different kind of tools. Finally, we'll be seeing the demo of using different types of tools. But before moving into the current episode, we will quickly know what we have learned in the last episode. So in the last episode, we have learned about what the different types of ADK agents like LLM agent, the different types of workflow agents like sequential, parallel or loop agents, and the custom agents. And we have also learned what are the different types of properties for a ADK agent, which is also called a LLM agent. So there are two types of set of properties which are required properties, and there are some advanced properties. They are not required and optional. There can be very specific need for the particular properties when we want to build advanced ADK agents. Now let's see, what is tool? A tool represents a specific capability provided to an AI agent, enabling it to perform actions and interact with the world beyond its core text generations and reasoning capabilities. So what distinguishes a capable agent from basic language model is that how they invoke tools effectively. Technically, a tool is typically a modular code components like a Python or Java, a class method, or even another specialized agent designed to execute a distinct predefined task in a very deterministic manner. These tasks often involve interacting with the external systems of data, like making an API call or calling a database or running a particular code, etc. Now we'll see what are the types of tools: built-in tool example, third-party tools, custom tools, and we'll see demo for all the different types of tools. Now let's see what are the different types of tools supported in ADK. So mainly there are three types of tools in ADK called built-in tools, function tools, and third-party tools. Now function tools can be further divided into three categories like functions or methods. Now agent as tool, where we can invoke other kind of agents as well, and long-running functional tool. It is kind of functional tool where we can use human in the loop feature. So where human decisions are required in between to make further process. Now let's see what is a built-in tool. Built-in tool provides a ready-to-use functionality such as Google search or code executors that provide agents with the common capabilities. For instance, an agent that needs to retrieve information from the web can directly use Google search tool without any additional setup. These are kind of pre-built tool provided by Google. One important thing to remember: while using built-in tools in ADK, we have to invoke Google models only, like Gemini, 2.0, Flash, etc. If we use any external model like OpenAI, GPT-4o, then built-in tools will not be compatible. Now let's see what is third-party tool. Now ADK is designed to be highly extensible, allowing you to seamlessly integrate tools from the other AI agent frameworks like CreUI and LangChain. So this is crucial because it allows a faster development time and allows you to reuse existing tool. We will see how we use a third-party tool in the demo. Last but not the least is the function tool. So this is most extensively used in ADK. It is an ADK agent workflow. Tools are programming functions with a structured input and output that can be called by the ADK agent to perform actions. ADK tools function similarity to how you use a function call with Gemini or other generative AI models. You can perform various actions and programming functions with an ADK tool, such as querying a database, making API call, searching web, executing code snippets, retrieving information from the documents using retrieval and augmentation generation or RAG, and interacting with other softwares or services. We'll quickly see our first tool, that is called built-in tool. Now before going into the type of agents, we will see what are the different dependencies are required for the current demo. That is Google ADK we are using for making the ADK agents. LangChain community will be using for the custom agent. So this dependency is required where we are building the custom agent. Python.env is required to read environment variables from the .env file, and Tavily Python is also will be using while using the custom tool agent. So these four are required. LiteLLM we are not using for now, but LiteLLM you can use optionally because LiteLLM is used mostly for integrating models other than Gemini. One more important thing, I used Python 3.12.4. So if you want to follow along, I would suggest you to use Python 3.12. And also I used UV for dependency management. If you are not familiar with UV, you can check out my video. Now let's see what are the different parameters that we need to use for the built-in tool agents. Now we are creating a built-in tool agents, and this name and the directory name is same because as I explained you earlier, this is quite required for running that particular agent and agent to appear in ADK web. And you can see different kinds of models that are supported, and here the model is Gemini 2.0 Flash we have used. Instructions is your helpful assistance that can use following tools: Google search. Now we have used Google search. Now you see there is no definition of Google search we have given here because built-in tool, and from where it is coming? It is coming from Google ADK Tools, and Google ADK Tools has quite a few important or very useful tools already defined, so we can readily use them. Now in order to use this particular tool, we have to use the Gemini model other than Gemini or Google provided models cannot be used along with the ADK tools. Now we'll see it in the demo later, but let's see how function tool agent works. Now in case of function tool, we define functions like get weather, create user profile, and then search flights. These are the different kinds of functions that we have defined. We created one agent, and inside the agent we have given the instruction like you are a helpful assistant that can use following tools: get weather, create user profile, search flights. We have invoked those particular tools inside the tool section. That these tool definitions are available here. So it is not coming from the predefined set of tools in the Google ADK. So it is custom defined, or we have defined those tools here. Now based on the question, it will invoke that particular tool. Now last is the third party tool. Now in order to use third party tool, we used LangChain tool here, and for LangChain we used Tevili tool instance. Now for using Tevili, we used one additional key called Tevili API key for the searching, Tevili search. So in order to generate that particular API key, you will find the instructions in the given link that is available here. Okay, I'll also add that particular link in the description, so you can follow the instructions in order to generate a Tevili API key. For invoking the Tevili search, we used LangChain tool, and inside the LangChain we passed that particular Tevili tool instance, that is the Tevili search results. The maximum results is 5, search depth is advanced, include answer true, include raw content true, include images true. We are passing this Tevili instance into the LangChain tool, and finally this particular tool we are using inside ADK Tools section. So this is how we can use the third party tool as well. Now let's see it in demo. So in order to run that particular agent, we need to run ADK web. For setting up ADK, you can check out my first video where I have described how to set up ADK, what are the different steps for the installation. Now when you run, it will run in my localhost with 8000 port. Screen will be like that. That is welcome to ADK. Select an agent for on the left to begin with. Now we have a list of agents I already developed. Now first I will be selecting the built-in tool agent. If you remember, in the built-in tool agent we used the Google search capability. So let's say, hi, how can I help you today? What is the weather in Bangalore? So it is invoking the Google search engine and it is showing the current weather in today. Okay, so you see it here how we invoke built-in tool. Next one will be seeing here is called function tool agent. If you remember here in the function tool agent, we used 3 different tools like search flights, create user profile, and get weather. I will use this search flight tool here in the function tool. So let's ask search flight for New Delhi. To search flights, I need departure date and destination. Okay, tomorrow, New Delhi. I need date to be correct format. Please provide the date with the year. Let's keep the date with the correct format, 28th October 2025. Now you see it invoked that particular tool, that is search flights, that I have defined, and it says, okay, I have found flights for New Delhi. It asked that particular, kept on asking questions until it could identify which proper tool to be invoked. Now last one is the third party tool. So in the third party tool, I have used another search engine called Tevili search, not the Google search, through another tool or another provider called LangChain. So LangChain invoked the Tevili search tool. Then LangChain tool we used inside ADK tool. So now let's say hi. Now it says, hello, how can I help you today? Let's ask the questions. How can I learn ADK? Let's see if we can get a correct answer. I can help you search the internet resources learning ADK. You mean Android development kit? Is that what you are looking for? I will say no. I mean agent development. Okay, I can search the resources learning origin. Would you like to do that? Let's say yes. Now you see it is invoking the table search results session and it is kind of generating the responses. So I got quite good response. So now it invoked that particular table search and it generated the response. So this is how third-party tool integration works. A quick recap. What we have learned today. We have learned what is tool, what are the different tools are supported in Google ADK. There are mainly three kind of tools. One is function tool, another is inbuilt tool, where the Google ADK provides some tools. Inbuilt tools can be used only while we are using the Google provided models. Now for function tools, we can use any model, but function tool and inbuilt tools cannot be mixed. They need to be used separately. So in a single agent, the both of the tools cannot be mixed. For function tool, when we are using non-ADK tools, we can quite easily invoke models other than Gemini. Last is the third-party tool. So Google supports tools that are provided by other frameworks like LangChain or GreenUI, so we can invoke them as well, and we have seen a demo by invoking a table search using LangChain. If you have liked my video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.